In the Geelong Cats round 19 matchup with the Bulldogs, they celebrated their heritage by wearing some retro round Guernseys. However, it wasn't the only throwback we saw to the old days that match. In an era where ground maintenance is as good as it's ever been, it was quite unusual to see Cardinia Park as muddy as it was on Saturday night. The tricky and muddy conditions reminded me of some other times when the weather got pretty crazy during AFL games, so today I've decided to look back at some of the craziest conditions AFL teams have had to play in. Well, who could forget the only time in AFL history it has snowed during a game? Back in round 21 of the 2019 season on a Friday night, GWS took on Hawthorn at their second home ground in Canberra in absolutely freezing conditions, with the apparent temperature dropping at one stage to -4 degrees. Like I said before, this game will go down in history as late in the first quarter, Manuka Oval was hit with a layer of snow, making it the first ever game to be played in those conditions.
Tonight, obviously, but that rain is just like a sheet.
It's snow, Bruce. We've officially got snow down here.
Oh, Daisy, wow. How you? I haven't heard from you, Daisy. You okay?
John, it is snow. Daisy, in the boundary riders bylaws, if it's snowing, you're welcome up into the commentary box.
Siren sounds, and can you believe it? Hawthorn lead it by 6 points. But it is snowing here at quarter time. And this is ice, baby.
Going back a season earlier to round 1 of 2018, the AFL learnt a lesson not to fixture games in Cairns in the opening rounds of the season. Just prior to the game, and even during the first quarter, there was a downpouring of torrential rain which almost turned the oval into a lake. This turned the match into an extremely sluggish affair, and especially during the first quarter when the rain was at its heaviest, scoring was extremely hard to come by.
Went out of play.
Sun's play, just Paul Jesney just touched that one before it went out. Here's the dive. No, that would have landed him. Lucky well has done well. He slips and then cops one high. Wasn't as severe as it could have been. The very tough conditions here.
Well, now we take a little bit of a detour over to the AFLW competition, which has seen its fair share of crazy weather too. In round 2 of the 2018 season, the game between GWS and Carlton in the inner suburbs of Sydney was delayed due to lightning striking near the ground. What was even crazier though is the exact same thing happened in round 2 of 2019, when the weather got even crazier.
Two rookies there, Riddell kicking straight into Daisy Bateman. And the lights have gone out again.
In round 11 of the 2016 season, the Gold Coast Suns and Sydney faced off in one of the wettest matches in AFL history. The Sunshine State is no stranger to a little bit of rain, and on this day, more than 100 millimetres of rain was dumped in the lead up to this match, making it an extremely wet and wild game.
Rowan is away to the races with a couple of side steps. Now Franklin May's got him that time.
It got him again. It's on in the middle of the ground.
He's certainly letting him know about it.
And here's the tackle from Stephen May on Bud. I think Buddy, after this, knows that he's not going to...
Forward by Rampy, Riscatelli got it out of there. Unguarded goal square, Lynch working hard back towards goal, and he's marked it in the...
So as we've seen so far, weather can get pretty hectic during games, but very rarely is it bad enough that it can cause a delay. In round 1 of 2014, GWS took on Sydney in what ended up being a pretty weird matchup. GWS ended up upsetting Sydney in what was their first ever win over the Swans. However, the weirdest action happened at quarter time when lightning brought a delay to the game.
If you've just joined us, here's a little bit of time lapse from Spotless Stadium. Play stopped here at quarter time and everybody ran for cover. It was unsafe for play. It was unsafe for patrons to even be in the seats here. Bucketed down, and the lengthened quarter time meant that we're a little late with this.
Well, on the topic of lightning delays, there's been 2 times, even more recently, where lightning has brought delays to games. These were in round 21 of the 2021 season during Melbourne's trip over the Perth to play West Coast, and during the Easter Monday matchup between Hawthorn and Geelong during the current 2024 season.
How they're playing and know what's happened over the last month.
We're stopping lightning. There's going to be some lightning, so we're going to stop.
Okay, so...
There's lightning, so we're going to have to stop. Get there.
Just on a bit of lightning watch here. We understand there is some around. It's got to be in close enough proximity to the MCG for it to be an issue.
I wonder whether that's what they're checking on here, JB.
Oh, it is BT.
after 20, I believe. Or...
We're going to a stop game with Lightning. All right, so off to your rooms. Off to your rooms.
Stop game.
Stop game, Lightning. Off to your rooms. Yeah.
We've got to go back to the rooms. We've got a lightning delay. 20 minutes.
So there we are. You can hear
20 minutes, even if it only goes for a couple of minutes, JB.
Now this next one happened during the 2014 pre-season. However, I still thought it was worth a mention. Before the Western Bulldogs and St Kilda played off in a trial match, some pretty hectic scenes lashed Cardinia Park as over 50mm of rain hit the venue in just an hour, causing the ground to become completely flooded and unable to host a football game. It looked like the match was going to be called off, but luckily due to the ground's brilliant drainage system, the game was able to be played, and while there still were a few splashes of water underneath the players' feet, it got played in pretty good conditions, all things considered. And finally, for this last one, we're going to go all the way back to round 11 of the 1993 season when St Kilda took on the Brisbane Bears. This game is famous for being one of the few times that a hailstorm hit an AFL game, and it really was quite incredible to see what the players had to play through this day. At times, it was almost impossible to see what was happening on screen.
Kyrgios there to judge that and take a good safe chest mark.
What has he done?
I think he's kicked it. He has.
Sort of unavoidable that we wanted to get somewhere out of the hail, and of course it wasn't happening.
So that is all for today, guys. I hope you did enjoy the video. They were just a few examples I could think of when AFL games got played in pretty crazy conditions. I hope you did enjoy. If you thought I missed out on some other games, then please let me know in the comments below. Leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.